guys, and welcome to Top Channel 101, and today we're going to be looking at some new exciting add-ons that you might have missed, and let's just jump right away into it. Starting with Scatterflow, this add-on just speaks for itself. If you have used Blender for quite some time, you know one of its weaknesses is scattering objects. Of course, you can use geometry nodes or the particle system to do that, but these objects you scatter are going to be intersecting with each other, and they won't look as natural the way natural objects appear in the real world. This add-on uses physics to scatter objects, so you can just grab a pile of objects and just throw them away. And the best feature of this add-on is that you can instance rigid body objects in your world. So instead of using the particle system, you can just decide where you want objects to be around, and then you can just instance them directly there. The physics engine will take over and just do that for you, a feature I haven't seen with any other add-ons. And it's not just used for scattering objects, it's also a library of over 400 objects that are well textured, well modeled, so you can just grab those and place them anywhere in your world, and you will make your world feel alive and lived in. Without doing the manual scattering of objects one by one. It really simplifies set dressing, especially if you want to build a realistic world. And another add-on we're going to be looking at today is Zen Cage. This is by the guys who made Zen UV, Zen Trim Sheets, Zen Dock, and others. But today, let's just focus on their new add-on, Zen Cage, which makes it easy for you to align objects in your scene. Say you want to place objects anywhere on this shelf, you can just select the object and select where you want the objects to be added. A cage will be inserted in that space where you can choose whether the object you want to add goes on the ground, on the back wall, side walls, or anywhere you want. It makes it really simple. It's a life improvement feature that looks simple at first glance, but if you are working with a lot of objects that need to be aligned, especially in ArcViz, you want everything to look perfect without intersecting. This is going to be quite very useful. The makers of Zen Cage are really good at making these niche add-ons that make using Blender quite simple and very intuitive. For example, if we go back a bit when they released the Zen Dock, which basically just lets you dock any user interface in Blender so that you can have floating panels that you can expand and collapse in your interface. Simple tools like these look very simple, but for someone who uses Blender on a daily basis and continuously, you will appreciate these. Yeah, another add-on that I usually like to highlight is their Zen UV add-on, which is the perfect UV add-on for UV unwrapping any objects, especially if you're going to use trim sheets. It automatically lines up your trim sheets into different UVs and sets up your seams, makes texturing really easy. They have quite a number of add-ons like these that simplify the way you use Blender, and I would greatly recommend their products. Let's move on to the next add-on, which is Destruction Pack. This is my new collection of assets, and I'm still working on this, adding more stuff on this. I usually like to create my packs and my content like this. I start up with something simple like an MVP, the minimum viable product, place it up at a lower price, and then continuously add content to it, like I've done with my courses, with all my courses, because I like to grow the collection while understanding how users are using it, and then adjusting the content, adding more content according to the feedback I get. So this is the first pack I've added, and I'm going to continuously add on top of this. This pack can be used to build destroyed areas. And by the way, this destruction pack was created using my destruction tools. I'm still updating destruction tools, which is my other add-on for creating destroyed stuff like this. This is an older add-on. I'm just working on update 2, which if you got the older version, which was destruction 1, you should be able to get the destruction 2 update for free. Yeah, anyway, let's continue on to another add-on. The next add-on I'd like to highlight is Simply Tear. I've been an affiliate to this guy for quite some time, but I still can't pronounce his name. He's the maker of add-ons like Simply Cloth, Simply Stitch, Simply Material, quite a lot of interesting add-ons that you might find very interesting. There's also Simply Wrap, Simply Fashion Design, and a lot more. So he's very into creating clothes for characters, and this is just a new add-on in his pack, and they are relatively cheap. This one is for $12. This allows you to tear clothes and to give them a worn out look and yeah, make them really more interesting than just plain clothes. I really love his add-ons, especially Simply Cloth and Simply Fashion Design. Simply Cloth is an add-on just for designing clothes, but if you don't want the process of designing your own clothes, his Simply Pack is basically a collection of designed clothes that you might want to take a look at. Then Simply Material is his library of materials for designed clothes. Next up, we have Flexi Building Generator. If you want to build cities without the painstaking slow process of modeling one by one, this is a setup you're going to need. It's geometry nodes, so it's light. There are a lot of templates you can choose from. If you want that hands-on but without being too hands-on, this is a generator you want to really take advantage of. It has several building types with a lot of customization for colors, materials, and textures. And if you want, you can even use your own materials. You can just extrude faces into shapes you want, and the building will take up the shape of the mesh you have just created. And the great thing about this is you can even change the buildings to nighttime or daytime if you want. It's very easy to use. And finally, in our list, we have Uniform Subdivide, which is a new add-on that lets you subdivide your meshes uniformly. Now, there is the subdivision surface and I think the multi-resolution that comes built into Blender, but those are quite heavy and they don't subdivide your mesh evenly. So the faces are not going to be very uniform. Some are going to be large, some are going to be small if you're using the subdivision surface or the multi-resolution modifier. But with the uniform subdivision, you get uniform triangulated meshes. That makes sculpting and running cloth simulations really great, because cloth simulations run really fast and give you better detail if you have uniform subdivisions like this. And you can also use uniformly subdivided meshes when you're doing displacement, especially using the displacement modifier or even using the displacement that comes with the shader editor. If you want to take a look at all of those add-ons, all links are going to be in the description. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.